while Wemby is wrapping up his summer, during which he somehow found time to train with Monks, KG, and Hakeem, and while San Antonio's mayor Gina Ortiz is busy doing her best to sabotage the team and the city's future, we still have about 50 days until the season kicks off. Teams have already started their training camps, most trades and moves are done, and honestly, I think it's the perfect time to start thinking about which starting five Mitch Johnson might roll out this season. Of course, we don't know and can't know what's going on in Mitch's head. I'm pretty sure even he hasn't fully decided on all the combinations yet. It's going to depend on injuries, how players show up in practice, their conditioning, and a million other boring things. So instead of pretending I can predict the future, let's just work through the logic together. And hey, drop your thoughts in the comments because I actually love reading them, and a lot of times they give me plenty of fuel for the next videos. This season has to be special for the Spurs. They need to end their multi-year drought of missing the playoffs. The organization needs it, the fans need it, but most importantly, this French kid needs it. Victor's entering his third year in the league, and this is exactly the time a superstar should get a taste of playoff basketball. Let's put it in perspective. When did other stars hit the playoffs for the first time? Guys like Mitchell and Tatum made the postseason as rookies. Brunson, Luka, Banchero, Ant, and Giannis all got there in year 2, and LeBron James broke through in year 3. See, even if Wemby makes the playoffs this year, he's still behind most modern stars in this metric. But he still has a chance to catch Curry and Jokic, who had to wait until their 4th season. But globally, this gap isn't a big deal. Maybe it's even a good thing. Victor is a rare unicorn, something the NBA has literally never seen before. The Spurs decided to take the long road, developing him step by step, no rush. In his rookie season, they tried him at the 4 alongside Zach Collins. By midseason, it was clear that setup didn't work, so Victor slid into the center spot. In year 2, the focus was on his three-point game. His attempts from deep increased. He got minutes, shots, and room to experiment. I hope that helped his development. But now, in year 3, it's time to focus on winning, on efficiency, not experiments. And it's not just Victor. Devin, Stefan, Jeremy, Keldon. Spurs fans expect a more mature brand of basketball from all of them. Basketball that's about wins and titles, not highlight reels. At the same time, this is still a very young team. Mitch Johnson can't only focus on this season at the expense of developing the youngsters. The mix between win-now mode and building for the future, that's Mitch's main goal this season. If you think it sounds tricky, I have good news for you. The roster got deeper and stronger. Recently, the Spurs said goodbye to Chris Paul, Trey Jones, Sidi Sissoko, Sandro Mamukelashvili, Zach Collins, Malachi Branham, and Blake Wesley. In came De'Aaron Fox, Dylan Harper, Carter Bryant, Kelly Olynyk, Luke Carnett, Lindy Waters, and David Jones-Garcia. Almost all the new guys are upgrades, making the roster deeper and more versatile. Now, injuries. Honestly, I can't remember the last time all Spurs players were fully healthy for a full preseason. Last summer, Devin Vassell missed the entire preseason, and it clearly impacted his season. Most will agree Devin underperformed last year. This year, last week, we got news that Spurs' second pick, Dylan Harper, underwent surgery on a partially torn thumb ligament after getting injured in practice. ESPN sources say there's hope he'll be ready for the season opener on October 22nd in Dallas. Let's hope this doesn't derail Dylan's season like it did Devin's last year. But I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Even fully healthy, Dylan probably wouldn't start. If we talk starters, there are 3 untouchables in my mind: Fox, Victor, and Devin. Nobody's going to argue about the first 2. Devin? That's where it gets interesting. Many fans are tired of waiting for his progress, ready to bench him and give his spot to a young guy. But I wouldn't rush it. Devin deserves another shot. The team clearly lacks shooting, and Vassell is the most dangerous and sometimes inconsistent shooter on this roster. This season, I think Devin can try a new role: spot-up shooter. That means he focuses on positioning around the arc or in the corner, stretching the defense, and ready to shoot immediately after catching the ball. In previous seasons, Devin was forced to be an on-ball scorer. Psychologically, that role doesn't suit him. He's more comfortable in the shadows, letting others handle the ball. Fox, Castle, Harper, they all drive to the rim, so having Devin as a spot-up threat makes sense both for the team and for him. Where does Devin play? Shooting guard or small forward? It depends on who Mitch wants in the starting 5. If Castle is ready to start, Devin moves to small forward. If Mitch wants a more traditional setup, Devin stays at 2, and a shooting forward, like Barnes or Sohan, plays 3. The balance between win now and building for the future is key. Having Devin at 2 with a traditional shooting forward feels more stable. Having Fox, Castle, and Devin all on the floor, more creative, more exciting long-term. I personally think Mitch, being young and unorthodox, will go with the second option. That setup puts double pressure on defenses. Fox and Castle driving, Devin on the arc, Victor inside. Who completes this starting five? Two main options, Barnes or Jeremy Sochan. There's a third option, pair Victor with a true big, Garnett or Olenek, but I'm intrigued and I doubt we'll see it as the main lineup. So really, the choice at power forward comes down to Barnes versus Sochan. Sochan brings defense, chemistry with Victor, and they complement each other well. The problem? His shot. Mitch wants modern basketball where every player can shoot from distance. Jeremy has been working on his jumper all summer. If he makes progress, he's in. But if not, the Spurs will likely go with experienced, reliable shooter Harrison Barnes. This is a crucial season for Sochan. Fourth year in the league, his role in the Spurs' future dynasty is still up in the air. Will he be the defensive anchor and the Rodman to Victor? Or just a rotation guy with solid defense but shaky offense? The Spurs could have extended him months ago, but they're waiting and driving the suspense. I think Barnes versus Sochan choice could also depend on Castle's shot. I mean, two low-percentage shooters in the starting five means almost zero spacing, huge offensive problems. If Castle improves with the guard whisperer's help, that opens the door for Sochan. Personally, I find Sochan in the starting lineup more exciting and potentially stronger, but again, it all hinges on his shot. If he has no progress there, his future looks fragile. But still, here's my projected starting five. Fox, Castle, Vassell, Sochan, Wembanyama. Maybe it's a little too optimistic because, let's be real, this lineup only really works if Castle and especially Sochan actually made progress with their jumper over the summer. But hey, at the end of the day, I'm just a fan, not some wise analyst like Stephen A. Smith, and I'd rather believe in our guys making that leap. But that's just me. What about you guys? Who's your five and why? Drop it in the comments. I'm really curious how Spurs fans are seeing this.